I'm not saying the vaccine is here to damage anyone's health. And I'm not saying the vaccine is here to improve anyone's health. I'm not saying the vaccine is here to protect you from the virus. And I'm not saying the vaccine is here to make you worse off. Just like on YouTube, figure your brain some new food. Hello people, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on the channel, a special welcome to you. I ask that you check out the rest of my videos. If you like what you see, give them a thumbs up, leave a comment, but more than anything, I'm asking that you subscribe to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about COVID vaccine. To be taken or not to be taken? That is the question. As you guys know, we've been struggling with a pandemic for a while now. This pandemic is like a modern day plague. It came, it took lives, it's got people sick, and it's got everybody in the world on tender hooks. 1 minute, the pandemic was exiting. Next minute, it returned. Next minute, it was exiting again. Then it returned with variants. So from bad to worse. As you guys know, the pandemic has created a divide among human beings. So for the sake of this video, I'm going to call them believers and disbelievers. You guys have heard your own version of what other people think. Either way, whatever you have heard falls within the believers and the disbelievers. The sad thing about this pandemic is most of the people who do not believe, they believe that there is an ulterior motive. They believe that it is by design. For those people who believe that there's an ulterior motive, i.e. for depopulation purposes, the reason for that, the sad reason for that, is because of the relationship between world citizens and world government. There's just never been a trust. There's just never been an established trust between citizens and government. So when government come about and say people should do this instead of that, you're going to always have some people who believe in their government, and then you're going to always have some people saying, it's politician. It's a politician, so should I believe what he or she is saying? So that is the sad reality. We have no trust. We are not 100% sure that government are actually for us and are working in our favor. And I'm speaking about every single country of the world. How do I feel about the vaccine? To be taken or not to be taken? Personally, this is my opinion. This is my feeling. I'm not saying this in order for my viewers or my subscribers to side with me. So that is my disclaimer. Personally, I believe in freedom of choice. I believe that one should be able to decide what he or she is going to do with their life, what he or she wants to do in regards of their health. I think that of all the things that are given to us in this world that we own, we should feel most in charge of our life. We should take full responsibility of turning right or turning left, saying yes or saying no, accepting or rejecting, doesn't matter what it is. And equally, we should be willing to accept the consequences or the results of our own personal choice. When it comes to people's health, when it comes to people's life, let's take it away from the pandemic, for example, and use something that we indulge in daily, like eating food or trying new foods or combining ingredients. That is a personal choice, which is not illegal, but could be deadly, could harm one's health, could actually deplete one's life. I think people should be left with that freedom of choice. Mandatory vaccine. I'm against the idea of mandatory vaccine because it takes away one's freedom of choice. I believe that if you own a company, the company is yours and you can change the whole rules about your company. For example, you can say, I'm going to edit my contract for all of my employees, if you can legally do so. And in regards to the new edition of my contract, all of my employees have to be vaccinated, fully vaccinated, or else they just can't work here anymore. It's your company. You can choose to do that. But here's the thing. When it comes to the entire world belongs to all inhabitants of the world. We don't know any other place. We have never lived on any other planet. So no government or no one person should be able to say you cannot exist on planet Earth unless you have taken the vaccine. I don't believe that would be a democratic way of dealing with things. I don't think it would be a civil way of dealing with things. And I could also see how it would create a unrest, a bigger, more violent divide. I don't condone violence, but what went down in St. Vincent, I believe, is transparent to what it would be like on a major scale, on a bigger scale. So from my understanding, what went down in St. Vincent was the government were proposing or talking about a proposal of mandatory vaccine, and there was a divide and people rebelled, and in that rebellion, the prime minister got hurt. So I saw that just as a crumb to the actual pie itself, a crumb to the whole pie. That's just a little small island, and that was their reaction. And the entire world at this moment is divided when it comes to being vaccinated. Flights are saying you have to be fully vaccinated, or you have to show proof that you've been tested negative to your destination and from your destination. And trust me, these tests are expensive. And I think that they're deliberately making them expensive in a way to psychologically coerce people into being vaccinated. Do I think it's right? No, I don't think it's right. I think people should be left up to their own will to be vaccinated or unvaccinated. Again, the airline owner, whoever owns the airline, they can choose. It's their plane. It's their transportation. They can say, we don't want anyone on our plane that's not vaccinated. And then the passenger or potential passenger have to decide, how bad do I want to get to the next destination? How bad do I need to be on this flight? But I don't believe that one should be pushed against the wall to be vaccinated. I'm hearing murmurs that a lot of jobs around the world wants their employees to be vaccinated, or else they'll be fired or they'll be relieved. How do I feel about that? I feel two ways about it. I feel as if the employers have a right to amend their regulations, and I also feel that it is wrong because you are putting the worker, your employee, in a corner between a rock and a hard place. You're telling them that if you want this job, then you have to be vaccinated. Even though in reality, you're saying to this person, if you believe that this vaccine is bad for your health, you have to choose between having a bad health and a job, or no job and maintain your health that you believe is good. So I'm not saying the vaccine is here to damage anyone's health. And I'm not saying the vaccine is here to improve anyone's health. I'm not saying the vaccine is here to protect you from the virus. And I'm not saying the vaccine is here to make you worse off than having the virus. Because there's been a lot of conspiracy theories. There's been a lot of urban legend. Everybody have heard it. Being vaccinated is likely to, what? Turn you into a zombie in the future, or cut your lifespan short. Those are the rumors. Those are the urban legend, and those are the conspiracy theory. No one has proven it, especially on social media. Those are the rumors. Those are the murmurs. And Hollywood movies in the past did not make those conspiracy theory or gravitate into believing those conspiracy theory any better. A lot of us can relate to movies such as The Walking Dead and so many other zombified movies. Anyway, before some of my viewers misinterpret what I'm saying, let me make this clear. I am not saying one should or shouldn't take the vaccine. What I'm saying is it should be up to one's own decision. That should be a person's own decision of what he or she wants to do with his or her health, and mothers and fathers who are responsible for minors, it's up to them as to what decision they want to make with their children. Most people might be saying, but the ones that are not vaccinated, they threaten the livelihood of human population, period. But at the same time, the non-believers could also think that of the believers. The non-believers could think, well, the one that are vaccinated could be a threat to us in the future. So 6, half of a dozen, the same. So we've got our believers and our non-believers. Because I'm actually putting this video out at the moment, I can't say what I believe from what I don't believe. But what I can say is I believe that people in general, it should be up to them. What will the future bring? We don't know. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. So I can't say I've actually studied the virus under a microscopic lens and see how deadly it is. And, you know, I can't say I've actually witnessed this person who's been ill and that's COVID. I personally know people who claim to have had COVID. And I personally know people, I'm friends today with people who have had fully vaccinated, who have had both vaccination. I know people here in the country that I live, and I know people in the USA who have told me that they have had both vaccine, and I know people who have claimed to have had COVID. What can I say? Just like the news, I can only listen. The news says there's a virus, and my associate says they've had the virus. I can't say it's true or it's false. If you go to a medical doctor and a medical doctor confirms that this is what you have, that's all you can go with. My friends who have had the vaccination, whatever was in the vial when they put it in the syringe, they can only believe that that is the vaccine. What else can we do? So it comes back down to trust or mistrust. Do we trust the world government that we should follow their instruction? Do we trust the news that it is what it is? So at the end of my video, like at the end of the day, it's still up to us, human beings, to believe or not believe what's going on in the world and what decision we should make with our lives. Anyway, people, let me know what you think about this video, because as you know on my channel, I appreciate thumbs up and thumbs down, agreement and disagreement, because at the end of the day, each one teach one. We've reached the end of my video, and that in itself is a support that I truly appreciate. Other ways that you can support this channel is by giving this video a thumbs up. But the most important way to support my channel is to hit that subscribe button so you do not miss out on any of my future uploads. The third way to support this channel is to go to my Teespring account and purchase in any of my merch. And the fourth way that you can support this channel is joining me on Patreon to give me a contribution to help me to do what I do here on YouTube. Once again, I want to thank all of you guys for checking out my video and ask that you continue to join me, ENT Sabas, here on YouTube to see where my journey takes me. Until next time, peace.